So the Tinyhawk Freestyle is a great little quad. I think it's one of the best toothpick style quads. In my opinion, the best toothpick style quad that's come out so far for the type of flying that I like to do anyway. It's not the fastest. It doesn't have the best features, but it does everything all around very well. The tune on it is awesome, and the hardware is pretty good as well. The biggest caveat to that is this camera. The camera that Emax is using on these is absolute garbage, and I want to get rid of it. I want to take it out and I want to put the Runcam Nano 2 in here. I've seen a couple other people have done this, but it seems like everybody glues the camera in or mounts it some, kind of odd way. I want to 3D print a couple of arms that come out that'll mount to these uprights, come out, and the camera can mount to that. That'll give it good tilt adjustability, and then I'm going to have some pieces that come out to protect the camera from the front as well. So I'm going to go ahead and take this apart, and I'm going to go through the design process and get the arms printed up, and then we'll take a look at what I come up with. Alright, let's take a look at what I came up with. So I've got these two arms that the camera mounts to. The screws are recessed in the arms. I've got a nice protective bumper in the front that goes out past the front of the camera, which should protect the lens in crashes. And basically all this does is we've got the two front pillars right here, and these slide over the pillars. They're a bit of a snug fit. You need to be really careful when working in here. The wiring for the motors is actually solid wiring, and if it gets bent too many times it's going to snap, so just be careful with that. So these push down over these pillars like that. They stick up just a tiny bit so that when the top plate goes on it'll be a nice snug fit, and then that's pretty much how the camera mounts right there. You've got basically infinite tiltability. You could have it aiming down if you wanted to, all the way up to a pretty high angle. And it was a fairly straightforward process. I had a few prototype failures. This is about half of them. Took about 3 hours to design. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to switch over the plug, because this connector doesn't work properly. I'm going to pull the connector off of here and switch it over with this one. We'll get it plugged in, and then we'll do some flight footage, and I will kind of give you my opinion of what I think of it. I'm going to be doing some other mods to this quad as well. I'm going to be taking this stock VTX out, and I'm also going to be adding a XM Plus transmitter because I really like this platform and I want to be able to get some more range on it. That's not going to happen in this video. That'll happen in the next video that I put out about this. If you want to see that, go ahead and subscribe down below and hit the bell so you get notified when that video comes out. Alright, let me get this thing put together and we'll take it out and I'll get some flight footage. So I just came back from flying it and I found that you can see the very corner of these protectors when I've got the camera at a low angle. I don't know how many people are going to fly at such a low angle. That's what I usually fly at around the house, around the yard. So what I did was I made yet another revision where I made this angle here, where I cut off this corner here. So hopefully that'll keep it out of the sight of the camera. Let me get these put on and then we'll get some flight footage, for real this time. So the additional modification I made to increase the radius of this curve seems to have helped with getting this out of sight of the camera. This appears to be about the lowest angle you can have without being able to see these bumpers. I wouldn't really want to go more with this because I still want to be able to protect the camera. You can see here when I push this down, the camera's protected pretty much all the way around. It's protected at the top because you hit the blades as you roll over. Of course, it's not going to be protected from everything. Now, I had a few people who had messaged me from my last video saying that they were interested in buying a set of these. So what I'm going to do is in the description I'm going to have a link to my PayPal. I'm not going to set a price for them, just throw me a couple bucks and I'll print you out a set, it's a few bucks, whatever you think it's worth, and I'll print you out a set, throw them in an envelope and get them on the way to you. I don't make any guarantees that these are going to work with what you're doing. I don't make any guarantees that they're going to protect the camera. I don't make any guarantees of any sort. They work great for me. Seems like a really nice solid mount. Seems like it'll protect the camera. But I'm an amateur. You buy these, something goes wrong, you're on your own. Just wanted to get that out there. But, that being said, I think this is a really nice solution for getting this camera on this quad. This should also work with other 14mm cameras, but I can't guarantee it because I specifically made it for this camera, which is the Runcam Nano 2. Oh, I'm going to be doing the receiver upgrade next time. I'm going to be putting an XM Plus on here. So if you're interested in that, subscribe and hit the bell. That way you'll get notified when that video comes up. It should be up in just the next few days.